Oh my gosh, you guys, it's been a hot minute. Oh my gosh, you guys know that I've been going through a huge transition in my life where I've tapped back into the working world. And I know because of this title, you guys click on it faster than you would normally click on my video. But I have to explain, but I have to apologize first because I am going to be eating my breakfast while I'm talking to you guys, but just for a little bit. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I only have 30 minutes to explain. So hopefully it's shorter than 30 minutes. And if it sounds like I'm rambling, it's because I'm trying to explain and give you guys all the information. So I lost my job after 2 months. I wouldn't say I lost it. Let's get it right. Let's use the right word. I left my job that I just started in April after 2 months. Okay. So you guys know, I don't even know if I'll be able to eat because I really want to give you guys the information. And I don't think I hate eat and talk. When I don't want to bite my tongue. And two, I hate people eat and talk. Because I don't want to hear people more, right? Oh. But I have to multitask and I have to go out to driving lesson in 30 minutes. 30 minutes, I don't have time. But I want to film this video when it's fresh, as it's happening, so that it's not too old. I'll be back. Oh, I'm back. And see, I'm also making dinner because I have to head out to driving lesson. Now when I get back from driving lesson, I have to head out again, so I won't have time. So I left my job. I didn't lost my job. I left my job after 2 months. You know, when you ask God for blessing and he bless you, sometimes he puts you in some position and you question yourself like, Father God, I ask you for all these things and you've granted them unto me. So why after you give them to me, you give me these hard decisions to make? So, for those of you who've been riding with me for a while, know that I finished school in December to up my level in French. And my aim was to go back to school the starting of the year to up my level again one more notch. But went on vacation in February in Mexico. You guys know that. And when I got back, I realized that there were no more classes of the one that I want for the rest of the year. So you guys know that my plan was to go to school, do driving and all that. School didn't fall through, so I said, you know what, I'm not gonna sit home for the rest of the year. So I decided to job hunt. I planned on job hunting, but I didn't plan to do that until the end of the year, like summer, end of the year, somewhere around there. So I'm just giving you a backstory so you guys understand where I'm getting at. Came back from Mexico, decided I'm gonna job hunt since there's no classes until the end of the year. So what I did was went to a job dating. If you don't understand what a job dating is it's like a forum where there are lots of company that's recruiting people to work. So the one that I went to was a hospitality forum where there are lots of hotels recruiting people. So I've always wanted to become a receptionist in a hotel. That's been my dream, right? Especially here in France. So where I've been working is in a hotel as a receptionist. I told you guys that when I got the job. So sorry if you guys grossed up by me eating and talking. I hate it too, but I have to multitask, sorry. So I went to the job dating on the day of the of the forum, I did 17 interviews. I handed out 17 resumes and did 17 interviews on spot. By the end of that week, 9 out of those 17 hotels called me back to offer me a job. Right? By the end of the day of the forum, one specific hotel stood out, moved fast, offered me a second interview, offered me a short-term contract right away. They move so fast. That's the hotel that I've been working with for the past 2 months. But there were also other hotels at that forum that stood out to me. One in particular. But either ways, I accepted this one because it had moved so fast. It seemed like a right fit. I was confident and feel okay with them. So I accepted it. And of all the other 9 that offered me a contract, all of them offered me the same contract that this hotel that moved fast offered me, which is a short-term contract. Here in France it's called a CDD. So a short-term contract means you only work for the season and then you have to go and find another job. In reality, in France here, a lot of young people does a lot of CDD, because when you finish work after the 6 months, the government pays you almost your same salary until you find another job. So yes, you're out of a job after the 6 months, but you get a salary kinda until you find another job, until like the next 6 months. So some people does that, and that period where they searching for a job, they use it like a vacation time, they use it to relax, they use it to chill, and then when they feel like they're ready to go back to work, the job hunt. But I don't want that life for myself. You see what I mean? I need something long-term. I need something to establish myself. I really wanted a long-term contract. It's very important, because here in France, when you get a long-term contract and you pass your trial period and you're on staff, it is illegal for them to fire you. You have some kind of sense of stability, right? So you cannot really lose your job here when you have a long-term contract in France, unless you walk away, or unless you do something really bad, like stealing, for example, and they have evidence that you steal something, then yes, they can fire you in that sense. But they don't have a right to fire you for whatever reason, like to just fire to hire someone else. They can't do that, right? So it makes a huge difference here in France when you have a short-term contract or when you have a long-term contract. So to let you guys know, the hotel that I accepted was a lot short-term contract. I told you guys that it's a short-term contract. I'm supposed to work until October, right? When I went to the interview, they also made it clear that, look, if you find a CDE, it's in your right for you to accept that CDE. And I said, okay, no problem. I had no intention of going searching for a CDE while I was working there. However, a hotel that I did an interview with during the same time I did the interview with the hotel that I'm working with, if that makes sense, that same day that I did that 17 interview, reached out to me while I was working to this one and offered me a long-term contract. I knew there was a possibility of a long-term contract for this hotel when I did an interview with them. Did I know it was gonna fall through? No, right? So I couldn't say I'm going to sit and wait for these long-term people to call me and offer me a solid okay with the contract, whatnot. So I accepted the short-term, started working. Amazing hotel, not to mention my colleagues, amazing, my supervisor, my manager, amazing. I felt at home. I fit right in with everybody else. That's how I felt. I feel like I fit in. After 2 weeks of training, I was working on shift on my own. I just feel like I was born to do this, right? It's my first time working as a receptionist. It's my first time really working in France as a job, like going out and doing it 9 to 5. So I felt like I owe this hotel a lot of gratitude, a lot of thanks, a lot of loyalty, because they moved fast. Even though 9 other people called me to offer me the same contract, but the one that I accepted, they moved so fast. They didn't second guess. I mean, when I did a second interview with them, they told me that they would call me by the end of the week to see if I got the job, because they were interviewing other people. And by the end of that day that I did the interview, they called me to say that they offered me the job. So they didn't wait the period that they told me they were going to wait to call me. So I was really grateful for that. The contract was nice. Everything was just okay. I felt good working at this hotel. I haven't had one bad experience. However, I'll change my battery and I'll be back because my battery is about to stop. Okay, so I'm back. Where was I? So working at this hotel, everything started off amazing. I felt like I was finally in my calling, and I enjoyed working there. I haven't had a bad experience with not one person working there. But a month into working there, not even a month, probably like 3 weeks into working there, I found out that I got the offer for the long-term contract that I met at the forum. So I waited until I signed the contract and everything was solid. That bring me into 1 month working at the hotel. By right, by law, I have 48 hours to hand in my resignation the last minute and to leave within 48 hours. But I say, you know what? It was one of the hardest decisions for me. Should I accept the long-term contract, or should I keep the short-term contract until October and then go to school the end of the year, November, when they told me that school will be ready? Because mind you, I also signed up for school for November. So the plan was initially finish the short-term contract in October, go to school November. Let me show you how God works. So to show you, I have no intention of leaving this hotel at all. I already signed up for school for November. Decided to stay at this hotel, ride it out until October. Everything is going good. Here comes the offer. And I said to myself, I feel so bad if I accept this long-term contract, because I felt like I owe this hotel some kind of loyalty. Reason being, I had zero experience here in France working in a hotel. I've never worked in a hotel in Jamaica, but I have experience in Jamaica working as a supervisor in restaurants. And I have experience working as customer service rep. So I have that experience of customer service. No experience, never worked in a hotel before. They moved fast in signing the contract. I feel like they put their trust in me to give me that opportunity without experience, you know, to be my first time. So leaving them, I felt like I was stabbing them in the back. I felt like I owe them some kind of loyalty. And I'm a realist. If I said I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna ride it out till the end. I'm gonna stick with you. Being my first time in this position, I cried for like 3 days, not knowing what to do about this decision. And I really don't want to get emotional about it, because I've cried so much about this experience, because I felt like I've been this, I feel like I was disloyal. I talked to my brother about it, I talked to my mom about it, I talked to my husband about it, I talked to my friends about it, and everybody keep telling me the same thing. So I'm like, I don't think you guys are really listening to what I'm saying. But since they have been working so long, I said, okay, I need to weigh the pros and cons and kind of listen to what everybody's saying. Why is everybody telling me the same thing? Some people wasn't giving me a straight up answer. They allow me to make my own decision. Some people give me straight up answer like, this is what you have to do, because if this happened, then that won't happen. And it was the hardest decision. Even up till my last minute of making the decision, I wasn't sure if it was the right decision until this day, sitting here, leaving that hotel I've left. I don't know if I still made the right decision. But I made the decision putting Almighty before me and asking Him to guide me on this journey. I'm getting emotional because I don't know what to expect. I'm scared. Honestly, I'm scared. But it's my journey, and I'm just walking the journey, because I might feel like I'm all over the place, sounding to you like I'm all over the place, but I still don't know if it's the right decision I've made. I'll find that out. But after 1 month, I've handed my resignation. I gave them a month notice because they hired me for the season, so I wanted to give them enough time to find someone else for the 1 month left that I'll be there. So I gave them a month notice and I stayed there for the entire month of May. While I'm filming this video, today is the 1st of June. Yesterday, the 31st of June, was my last day at that hotel, because I accepted the long-term contract with another hotel, and I'm starting today, the 1st of June. So I ride it out until the last day of my contract. I could have taken a week off to rest to start the new one, but I said, you know what, Lord, you lead me, and wherever you're sending me in this season, on this journey, I'll go. But I don't know if being an employee, if I should be such loyal to a company, which I think is a good thing, and it's naturally me. So I don't know any other way to be myself. Like, I'm going to be loyal to whoever employs me, because I think you didn't have to, one, and two, the work environment is so wholesome, is so healthy, is so welcoming. Everybody was so nice. But the difference is the contract. That makes the difference for me, because in the interview they assured me hands down that, look, we want you for the season. We have our team full time, and at this very moment we're not looking for anybody long term. So I could not sit down and wait until my short-term contract in October to say, okay, what if when October comes, they'll probably somehow offer me a long-term contract. There's no sure assurance, so I couldn't do that. The long-term contract opportunity came up. I went to a second interview. I got the job. By the end of that interview, I got the job. I didn't accept it right away because I really had to take some time and think about it before I accept it. So I left the job. I didn't lost the job for another job, and the only reason why that happened was a difference in contract. Will I regret it? I don't know, but I'm speaking positivity over the new job that I'm about to start today. I am speaking positivity into existence. I am already conditioning my mind to not compare the one I left yesterday with the one I'm going in today, because it will be a whole new experience. There will be no comparison from this one to the one that I left yesterday. Also, the stars make a difference, but it doesn't really matter to me how many stars each hotel have. The one that I left have a small amount of stars than the one that I'll be going to, but that's beside the point. For me, I'm just sharing and documenting this with you guys because it's important to me to document my journey, as I've been doing for over 7 years. And you know I have to share with you guys to let you guys know what's happening in my life. So that's what I've been going through lately. When you guys, I'm filming this video the 1st of June. I'm heading out right now to go to driving classes. Then I'll be getting back and get ready to go to my first day. It was one of the saddest day for me yesterday, being my last day. This hotel that I left will forever have a place in my heart. But I'm really looking forward to embracing this hotel that I'm going to. I'm looking forward to continue being myself. I'm looking forward to go and stamp my mark in the industry as a receptionist. I'm looking forward to learning so much. I'm eager to learn. I'm looking forward to meeting new people. I'm looking forward to feel at home. I already met my manager, I met supervisor, and I already feel that I'll be okay. So I am going in today with that positive feeling, and I'm going in just being myself. I know no other way. So will I be okay? Yes, I'll be fine. So I left my job. I left my old job for a new one. Will the long-term contract be a long-term contract at the end? I don't know, because I still have a trial period. But when I weigh the pros and cons of the trial period of the long-term contract, if at the end of my trial period they decided that we're not keeping you, then it will bring me around the same time I would be ending the short-term contract. You see what's happening there, right? So if either does work out, I would be leaving the short-term contract during the same time. So will I know what will happen at the end of the year? I have no idea, but I'm going with Almighty in front of me, and I'm asking you guys to keep me in your prayers and to keep me before you, because I am just walking this journey with no idea of what to expect. And I'm just going in with positivity and be brave, be bright, as I would tell my child, my kids. And I still haven't finished my breakfast because I'm here chatting to you guys. But I wanted to film this when it was fresh, when it was new. So you guys will see a few vlogs before you see this. When you see this, I will probably be a week or two into the new hotel. Same position as the old hotel that I left. That's what's been happening. Your girl been having hard decisions to make. I said, Almighty, I ask you for all these things, you granted them unto me. But yet you give me these decisions to make. The day when I handed in my resignation, I cried. My manager was saying, why are you crying? Because it's hard for me. It was hard. It was hard for me to hand in that contract, feeling like I've failed them, feeling disappointed, like I've failed them. That's how I felt, like I failed them, because my supervisor spent the time, she trained me, and she's amazing, she's professional, and she trains me well, and I catch on. and everything was going fine. My manager, she's the sweetest. She's the absolute sweetest. My colleagues, they're amazing. I have the most authentic, diverse set of people working in. I'm working with Asians. I'm working with just about everybody. Black, white. It was the best group. It was the most diverse group. You didn't feel left out. You didn't feel like you're in competition with nobody as a receptionist. You didn't feel out of place. Everything just felt right. It felt too right. Everything was going. I was enjoying every single minute of work. But would you give up a long-term contract for a short-term contract with no assurance at the end of the short-term contract, when you were being assured that we already have our staff and we want you for the season? And I was absolutely happy with that. I was happy just the mere fact of being offered an employment. I've been waiting and dreaming of this day, and the day came. I proudly signed that contract and I confidently stepped into my field. And you know what? I left this hotel and I can proudly say I know for a fact that my name will be remembered at this hotel, because I went in and I be myself, and I worked with my heart, because I love what I did. I love what I'm doing. I love being a receptionist. And it breaks my heart that I had to leave. I still can't believe that I walked away. I honestly can't believe that I walked away. But let us now stop talking about walking away and embrace the new journey starting today. So it's the 1st of June and it's a new journey for me. It's a new JJ. That's what I'm gonna call it. It's a new journey. And like I said, I don't know what to expect. But knowing the Mel that I am, I'm putting on my best outfit today and my best smile on my face, and I'm going in and I'm ready to learn, and I'm ready to take on this new post, this new hotel, this new place that I'll be going, and I'm ready to go ahead and make my mark. So keep me in your prayers, you guys. That's what's been happening with me, and I'm happy to share this journey with you guys. With all that said, my phone alarm, which means I need to go to catch the bus and head to drive lessons. So love you guys. You guys didn't see the rest of the family today, but I had to come and share this with you. So love you, gotta leave you. Hope I didn't ramble too much, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog with the fam bam. Deuces, I'm out. Mwah.
I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up.